Top 5 anime that everyone should watch. Brought to you by Peekin Kitten.
Hello cats and kittens, Peekin Kitten here. Today I want to talk to you about some of my favorite anime movies that I think everyone should watch, while I draw my somewhat realistic version of Princess Mononoke, which is of course one of the entries. I find that people resist watching anime movies because they're considering them as cartoons. However, what animation allows in these movies is a limitless exploration of ideas and themes that live-action movies don't allow. So let's get right to it.
Number 5. Hals Moving Castle.
Howl's Moving Castle is a sentimental entry for me, as this was one of the first anime movies I ever watched. While the animation style is amazing, what I love about it are the grey characters that don't fit on one end of the good versus bad spectrum, the strong female lead and other female characters, as well as the way technology is combined with magic to create a steampunky world full of wonder. But my favorite thing are the main themes of aging and war. Aging is presented as a way of sobering up and calming down, and war is depicted as a very realistic hell that threatens this magic world, which is one of the recurring themes with Miyazaki. I give this one 3 out of 4 paws, the only reason being that sometimes it can feel a bit overwhelming with magic and doesn't allow a lot of respite in between.
Number 4. Death Note.
Death Note is an excellent crime TV show that requires its fantastical elements in order to work. But if you remove demons and all the backstory that allows someone to kill anyone whose face and name they know, you're left with a gripping cat and mouse chase and the decision whose side you're on. Both sides believe that their actions are justice. One wants to create utopia by killing criminals, the other wants to expose and stop him. While the initial intent of the main character, Light, can very well be understood and even considered noble, the way he chooses to protect his identity by killing innocent people is hard to accept. It makes for an amazing show to watch. And just a reminder that the Netflix movie adaptation is in no way a good representation of the manga and show. I give this one 3.5 out of 4 paws, it being one of the best TV shows I ever watched.
Number 3. Spirited Away.
Spirited Away is so complex and beautiful and weird, you just have to enjoy every single scene. One of the core themes is that of the material world versus spirituality, or more concretely, capitalism versus Shintoism. Greed is at the very center of the movie, and while the majority of the characters are motivated by it, the main character Chihiro is motivated by a quest of helping others. Initially her parents and then others along the way. There are also a lot of musings on identity, its loss and meaning, especially in context of capitalism. Also, there are about 24 of characters and all of them expertly written in a way that not one of them is either all good or all bad. It's just a great and very deep movie and worthy of each of the 3.5 paws I'm giving it.
Number 2. Princess Mononoke.
Another Miyazaki entry. And I'm not even sorry. If there's one person responsible for the worldwide popularization of anime films, it's him. This movie deals with a topic that only becomes more relevant with time, that of nature versus man. It is definitely meant for a more mature audience compared to Spirited Away, with the violence of war openly depicted. However, the reason I absolutely love this anime are the strong opposing female leads as often found in Miyazaki movies, which is just another reason to love the dude. As we're already used to, neither of these characters can be considered all good or all evil. They are both fighting for what they believe is right. While Princess Mononoke seems to be the force of good, she is often violent, vindicative, and immature, considering herself more wolf than human and openly hating all other humans. Over time, her character experiences wonderful growth. On the other hand, Lady Eboshi seems to be the incarnation of human greed. Until we start to understand the bigger picture of the country in war, as well as her good nature towards those no one else wants, like lepers and former prostitutes. And that's just the two main characters. The rest of them are just as nuanced. No surprise here, I definitely give this one 4 out of 4 paws.
Number 1. Ghost in the Shell.
When I first started working on this video, I wanted to leave Princess Mononoke as the first entry. Hence the reason she's the character I'm drawing. However, I wanted to rewatch Ghost in the Shell just to make sure it's fresh in my memory. And remember that this anime was one of the best movies I ever watched. While it's based on the manga of the same name that covers a broader universe, and I never did dive into the original material, the anime packs 1.5 hours of amazing ideas that influence so many famous movies, like Matrix and Avatar, among others. The magnitude of ideas regarding what's real in cyberspace and what it means to be human, presented back in 1989 if we consider the original material, is so unbelievable that nothing that came after it surpassed it. While we all hoped that the Hollywood remake would stay loyal to the source, it turned out to be a great disappointment in that aspect. So, if you'd like to experience these ideas, watching the anime is inevitable. Mr. Anderson. Get it? No? Okay. Anyways, if I had more than 4 paws, this film would certainly get them. So, here's a tale. That's all for today. Hope you enjoyed the list and hope you'll watch all of these if you didn't already. Peekin Kitten out.